All right, now let me go start. Let me go. Hey, everybody. This Theodore Beaulieu. It is Sunday, 2:17 Pacific Standard Time. Hello, everyone. I had to get. I was on Clubhouse earlier. Girl, I had to. I child, I had to get off of that. It's just acting raggedy. And then something strange happened on Clubhouse. I was helping one sister with the remedy, and then the whole room, the energy just changed. Man, I tell you. And then I started talking about the devil, just how to overcome him, his works. And that whole room, the energy just changed. So, child, I'm over here. I'm getting ready to close this room down. I'm over here. And ain't nobody gotta watch it either. Child, I'm not leaving. I may leave a link over there. I may not. The whole room just the energy just changed. It's the strangest thing. And I could feel that energy beautifully. It just changed. And I'm like, what the hell is that? So, child, that energy just changed swiftly. I don't know what the heck that was. But no, honey, I'm over here now. Child, no, because I go on Club Deck because I can't go on my phone. My phone don't act right. So but what I need to do is reformat this old phone so it can act right. But I don't want to. I have too much stuff on it. Okay, here we go. There we go. And then I'm over here sewing too. Girl, the energy changed on me. I had never felt like anything like that before. Just changed on me. Mhm. Now, see, the energy here on Clubhouse is a little bit different. On a StreamYard is a whole lot different. It's a lot different. Hold on. Now, before I close, because it's really, really slow right now. So what I'm going to do is just do my best just to let people know that I'm going to be on StreamYard and then to go there. Oh, you want to enter room? Cancel, please. Now, it's just acting way too slow. It just asked me if I want to enter room. That's crazy. No, it's just way too slow. Hey, everybody, if you can hear me, I'm trying to unmute myself. Yeah, there's a lag that's there. Oh, there we go. All right, everybody, I'm on StreamYard now. Yeah, it's Clubhouse is starting to act funny now. It's going. I had to log back in 4 or 5 times. All right, y'all, listen, be good, take care of yourself, and thank you so very much for your time. But y'all, listen, be good. Now I'm gonna be on StreamYard. I should leave a link. Okay, but if you don't post the link, I felt more sad energy, not anything negative. I know, right? It was very sad. It's a bunch of sad mojo. And it's unsettling. Hi, honey. Hello, honey. All right, here we go, honey. I'm going to try to post this in Clubhouse. If it lets me. Hopefully it'll let me. Going to wait a little bit for the cursor to appear. It's not appearing. Oh, my goodness. No, it's not appearing. Mm. All right, y'all. Yeah. All right, y'all. Bye-bye. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. Not today. Not today. Nope. Yeah, it was just a very, very sad energy. Really, really sad energy. And I don't want to deal with that either. I am on Clubhouse every day to give as much as I possibly can, as much information as I can. Now, mind you, that is the link to come on and talk to me. As much information as I possibly can give. Um, no reason to be sad. I help everybody out through their situations as best as I can. And it's good help. It's beautiful help. Changes lives. No reason to be sad. But I'm not going to sit there in dead air either. No, not at all. Not going to sit there and just accept dead air. And I guarantee you, all what I helped today, no tip, no nothing. Just, just take. People will take you for granted if you let them. They really will. to take you for granted. That's why I rushed my black ass up off of there. Let me on here for a little bit. Hey y'all, what's going on? How you doing? It's Sunday Hoodoo Readings and Conjure with me. Just sitting there. I'm sitting here sewing, being good. And I was on Clubhouse. Hi, Jasmine, honey. How you doing? I'm doing fine. But Chad, mind you, I say that girl whole life. Because if Pelly was on her, Pelly was always leaving. Mm-mm. No, Sister Rachel, bless her heart. Gotta be careful. Especially from wide, you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. hmm So what's going on with everybody? How are you doing? Hope you're doing fine. We just had a situation over in Clubhouse, whereas a young sister was creating a elevation candle. And I think this has to be said too, because a lot of people don't know this. We have an elevation spell that's really, really beautiful that we use all the time. And it's really meant to elevate ancestors. It's meant to work on ancestor curses. And this work works beautifully. It truly does. It works incredible. It's an elevation candle. Now, what I want you to do, you got to get 4 glasses for water and one white candle. Now, with those 4 glasses of water, you're going to put in clean water as well as bluing and camphor. And when you put that camphor in the mind, you set those to the side. But I like to take the Mrs. Stewart's bluing, or if you go to the Botanica, they have the blue balls or the blue squares. It's the blue balls, the blue squares, honey. Now sit there. Now mind you, put that to the side. Put that to the side. After the water, that water got to be cobalt blue. I want it to be so blue I can't even see through it. That beautiful, deep, beautiful blue. That's called Hank blue. Now set that to the side. With the candle itself, I want a pinch of each. Rosemary, herb, dried, please. Bay leaves, basil. Let me get out. I should know this spell by heart, but I do. Just want to make sure. It's the simple spells I get mixed up with. Hold on. It's a beautiful, simple word. It's so simple. Bergamot oil for one a drop, 1 or 2 drops. Now, first, dig a hole out in that candle. We're going to fix that candle. Dig a hole out. Just dig a hole out. Now, put in 1 or 2 drops of bergamot oil, a pinch of bay leaves, a pinch of basil leaves, a pinch of rosemary or rosemary oil, 1 drop, and 1 drop of camphor oil, or a tiny piece of camphor tab, not that big. Now, get you a bay leaf. Now the wax you displaced, you dug out. Put that wax back on top of that candle. Put it back on top of the hole you dug with all the roots and oils. Put it back there. Now that's done for a reason. As that candle gets nice and hot, that candle wax will melt and it'll melt into those herbs and it'll be even less. Also, make sure that you don't put this hole too close to the flame. It's important that these herbs don't burn. I have to say that. I shouldn't, but I have to. Herbs that burn in a candle flame, honey, they're not. Listen, you're literally burning away the mojo. Make sure the herbs don't burn. You're utilizing it as fuel. hmm Now, also too, um, now get you a large bay leaf, rather large bay leaf. And what I want you to do is with that large bay leaf, I want you to pit up to five ancestors. You can do one at a time, but up to 5 ancestors on that ancestor on that bay leaf. Up to 5. Put on that bay leaf. Okay. Now put that bay leaf under the candle, that white candle. Take those 4 glasses of water. Now grab your 4 glasses of water. I want you to push them together, one representing north, south, east, and west. flush them close to the right candle till they're touching the candle. Mhm. Till they're touching the candle. Flush them close. Then light the candle, say the Lord's Prayer 9 times, light the candle. It is amazing work. It's absolutely, absolutely amazing work, definitely. Really, really beautiful work. It really, truly is. It's beautiful work that has that's done. Excellent work, actually. Mhm. And there you go. That is your ancestor work. That is your ancestor reverence candle. You can light it as many times as you want to, for as many ancestors as you have. This candle has been known to break ancestral curses. When you elevate your ancestors, nobody knows this. Well, our elders knew it, but somehow that information, that this type of work has been lost. Of course, it is. It's been lost in time. But that is how you lift yourself out of ancestral situations. That's how you lift yourself out of situations concerning ancestors, ancestor abuse your matriarchs may have went through, abuse your patriarchs have went through. This is how you lift yourself up out of the pain of slavery. You imbue those ancestors with that light, that elevation candle. It will give them the light they need in order to do what they need to do for themselves and for you as well. Hey, Miss Jordan, you want to come up here? I'll put up here. Hey, hi, what you doing? Miss Jordan want to come up here. You want to come up here with me? She said, "Put me down." She just came over to be here with me. No, okay. If you want to talk, you unmute it. I'm gonna unmute you. Well, hold on. It says you cannot unmute somebody who want to be unmuted. Okay, honey. All right. I'll put you back down in the thing. You want to talk? No, don't want to talk to me. Okay, put you back down there. Hey, Sister Yento. Bring Sister Yento up here. Hi, honey.
Hey Tia, how are you?
Pretty good. What's going
You
on,
was
honey?
over Clubhouse, huh?
Clubhouse, it just keeps stopping and starting.
Yeah, I
And the energy
know. It's
was
been doing that for
janky.
a while. Yeah.
The minute I started talking about that mojo, everybody, the room became eerily quiet.
Yeah.
It just became quiet. I'm like, did I do something? I'm like, Chad, we're getting away from here. It's a beautiful Sunday. So how you doing, honey? What's going on with you?
Exactly. I'm good, Theo. I'm doing a lot of like detoxing as far as like the house, just a lot of cleaning, detoxing the walls, just everywhere. So I'm just working in the living room and the kitchen right now. Then I'm gonna start on the hallway today and then the rooms and bathroom tomorrow.
Hmm. Child,
Mhm.
just getting that good work done.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Yep. And then I gotta send you a picture. I was doing an elevation. Oh, that's why I was trying to come up in Clubhouse to let that girl know, Melissa, because like, it's all about the discernment. Like when your candles are low sometimes, it like for me with my grandmother, her candle was low, but I noticed that was because that was my very first time ever doing an elevation for her. And then she
Hmm.
told me she wanted me to sing her favorite hymn, which is Kumbaya. So I started
Hmm.
singing Kumbaya, and her candle started like, flaring up higher. And then she wanted
Hmm.
me to sing more. I mean, she wanted me to repeat more of Psalms 23 and her favorite Psalms
Hmm.
91.
Hmm.
So and without that discernment, I wouldn't have known that's what she wanted. So
Now her candle
I
went
was
out
just gonna
completely.
tell. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what she said.
It
It
went
went
out
out completely.
completely. Yeah, it went out
Yeah.
completely. Now
Hmm.
I felt from my end, that wonderful sister, her she put too much of her own living mojo into that candle. You
That
can't do
part,
that.
yeah.
This candle is meant to go to a space where it's holy, but
You're
it is
right.
absolutely a space that no living energy can go. They have their own energy. So a lot
Yeah.
of times, whenever we do, but that's a good lesson for all of us too, is
Hmm.
whenever we create anything from ancestors, especially something, see that elevation candle, that shows you how powerful it is and how
Right.
special it is. It's specifically meant for their energy type. So we really can't pit any of our mojo. I'm actually glad that we talked about it because it gives
Yeah.
a prime example of how that type of candle, we do it all the time. But we do, I don't think anybody really knows how special that candle is. Anytime you light a candle spell that can lift ancestor curses that happened centuries ago,
Mm-hmm.
that's a pretty special type of work.
Right.
But you're working with folks that are in spirit. So living energy, they can't have it. I feel more than likely her ancestors definitely was simply saying, too much of her living mojo is in this work. We're going to protect her. So more than likely,
Right.
probably looking out for her and just taking care of her, definitely looking out for her. But it's just too much. You can't. Mm-mm. They can come over
Mm-hmm.
here. They can come
Right.
in here anytime, but we can't go over there. We can't even send our living energy over there. That's a place where our energy as living people cannot go.
Right. Right.
The land of that part of the, uh-uh, we're not
Mm-hmm.
allowed to do that because that can call us to the dead before our time.
Right.
And
Right.
it can do some damage. It can even hurt us severely, and
Mhm.
it also can cause, it can affect your mortality. It can make you sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to be careful.
Makes total sense. So on Friday, Theo, I was doing I think this is like my sixth or seventh round of elevation for my dad.
Hmm.
And I there's a straight up like image of a Garifuna woman, which is, my culture where I'm from. It's called Garifuna. So there's a picture, it's an image of like a African looking woman with a yellow dress on and a yellow head wrap. I'm gonna show
Hmm.
you the the picture on your text message.
Hmm.
And then I had saw that like 1 in the morning. And then I
Hmm.
wait, but before I saw it, at first I was looking. I'm like, "Is this an axe?" And he was like, "Calm down." Okay, thank you, mommy. Mommy's on the phone. This is cupcake. Thank you, Mackenzie. So at first, when I noticed it was an axe or something, he was like, "Calm down, look closer, sit down." So I sat in front of the altar, looked at it. And as soon as I sat down, I saw like, oh my gosh, just an image of a woman, and it looked like she's, like back in the old days. Well, in my
Hmm.
culture in Belize, it's still the same way. Like, when women are cooking, they're cooking outside with the firewood. And
Hmm.
it's the image of a woman, and she's literally like, outside with her little fire pit cooking. And then I'm
Cooking.
like, cooking what? So I asked my dad, I'm like, what? And he straight up said the word. He was like, Gurentu. It's a Garifuna, it's an old time Garifuna porridge in my Belizean culture. And I remember a long
Mhm.
time ago, you told me that you see like something white in a bowl. And that's
Yes.
exactly what it is. So, yeah.
That's
So
one
he
of the
said,
first things they ever gave me.
yeah. And yep, it sure is. And I'm all like, because I was sitting there and I'm like, when is my big breakthrough gonna come? And and then the ancestors, not only my dad, but all of the ancestors was like, you want your life to be sweet? You better start feeding us some sweet stuff. We enjoy the savory food, but we
Mhm,
want some sweet stuff. So they
mhm.
straight up told me they want me to bake them a black cake, which is a famous black cake in the Caribbean culture. And they want me to give them the porridge that they told me to do.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm about to send you the image because I was like, whoa, like,
Ain't that some? That's amazing. They say you better give us some sweet stuff. Ancestors, they will ask for what they want, and we better give it to them too. They absolutely will. I'm like, child, my ancestors love savory foods, though, definitely. Um, then also to keep in mind, everybody, sometimes we can't always be around an ancestor altar or reverence space. So what I like to do, and part of my blessings is I say over my food, I always say the ancestors that love me, that take care of me, as I eat, y'all eat, as I drink, y'all drink. So share it through your body, because your body belongs to them too. Because without them, you wouldn't have nobody.
mm-hmm.
So,
Look,
they eat through me sometimes when I can,
exactly.
when I'm not in the space, my ancestor altar.
Yeah, yeah. Look at
Mm.
that picture I just sent you to your cell phone, Theo. You're gonna be like, wow, a
Oh,
straight.
hold on. Now, where'd you see this picture at? Oh, that's amazing.
You see it already?
Oh, that's the lady.
Yes. And the
Oh
crazy
my
part is,
God.
you see, it's like a yellow skirt
Yes.
and a yellow head wrap,
Yeah.
and like she's like carrying like that stick on her shoulder to like stir the pot, from the fire. Okay,
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Oh,
I
that's
gotta I
amazing.
gotta share this on Discord because this is just like, man.
Who's that yellow boy you sent to me? Oh, the
Oh,
your
that's
your
the guy. Remember
ancestors.
that I had told you about? You well, he came through in the reading. He was like, you know what? You guys really seem like you would be a
Oh,
good
that's
fit.
that's him.
Yeah, you
That's
said the only
him.
thing is you got he needs to solidify what are y'all doing? Like, what are y'all gonna be? Are y'all
Yeah.
gonna be an item or y'all, winging it, holding
Mhm.
off, like,
Mhm.
But yeah, that's the image
Oh.
right there. And then that's when
Oh,
I was like, cooking what? And he said, Gurentu. You want your life to be
Princeton.
sweet? You better give us some sweet things to eat.
Wait a minute. Who is this handsome man with this wonderful lady?
Who? Oh, that's when they were younger.
Oh, he's fine. That's who I saw. I saw him. That's who I saw. That's a beautiful man. Who is he? Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm coding it with granddaddy. He's still beautiful though. That's a beautiful man. Beautiful chocolate man. Oh my goodness. Thank you so.
You
Child.
talking about the one with the single
Okay.
photo?
No, he is hugging on a young lady.
Oh, with the pink shorts. Yep, that's my mom and my dad
Yes.
when they were
Oh,
younger.
that's your daddy.
Yeah, that's my daddy.
Hi, daddy. Oh,
hmm
okay. I'm sorry. Just a code on your
Hector
daddy.
Lopez. Yep.
Well, he says this is a beautiful man. This is a pocket daddy. Hello.
He always say Papa was a Rolling Stone. He was like, you probably got brothers in Germany because he used to be he was in the army, so he was stationed out in Germany, and he said that
Oh,
he had sex with someone out there, a woman out there, unprotected, but
hmm
then he left.
he just left and they just gone.
hmm
Mhm. He good looking man too.
Yeah, that's what everybody said. They was like, your dad was a really good looking man.
Yeah, he's fine. Hey, cat daddy. No, this bless his heart. No, but yeah, discernment is a major aspect of conjure, definitely. But like Sister Melissa and so many other sisters itself, I always say this: discernment will come to you. Don't force it. Then it'll come to you.
hmm
Hey, real Kenya, honey. Discernment will come to you.
hmm
Don't force it. It'll come to you. The more you work at conjure, the more you do your very, very best, the more you'll have that discernment. The
Exactly.
more, and you'll feel it and you'll know. So don't get discouraged because I hope I didn't feel a little discouragement off of Sister Melissa. Ain't no need for that. You ain't the only one. You know how many
Just
times
gotta
I
keep
felt
going.
discouraged. You know how many times I felt discouraged, the ancestors. Chad, sometime being sometimey. And just, oh Lord. Do y'all hear me? I know y'all hear me. I can't be by myself. And sure enough, they come right through. Every
hmm
single time they come right through. Child, my ancestors are they're like super people. Child, they're my superheroes.
Exactly.
They're my superheroes. But no, as I eat, every morsel I put in my mouth, now I don't do it all the time, but every morsel I put in my mouth, I let my ancestors bless it. Also, too, y'all, when I eat sweet things, I'm not supposed to have sweet things. I'm not supposed to have sweet foods. And when I have them, because I can't seem to stop, I need to. Y'all, do you realize my glycemic index doesn't rise? It doesn't. It's like they take it away. I don't have that weird thing going on with my leg. I don't have any of that. Now I'm not gonna keep chancing it, but it's like they eat that they they take that sugar for themselves. They do that all the time. So no more sweet foods for me though. But I need to start giving them more sweet things. You're absolutely right.
hmm
Start giving them sweet things as well. Definitely.
Yeah. And I guess they probably challenging me too because I'm not really a baker. I'm somebody I can throw down, but I'm a stovetop chick. On this,
Mm.
I'm gonna throw down on the stove,
Hmm.
not in the oven. I don't bake. I don't.
That bacon, it's just I love bacon because I love eating what comes out of the oven.
Yeah.
Um, 'cause honey, sometimes, the little cookies in the Bronx and all that mess going on, the Nabisco, just, the chocolate. Sometimes you want something homemade. And sometimes y'all, I used to get the hankering for a tea cake. I'm not in the South. I'm in the BX. There is no place I can get me a good old Southern tea cake. I'm going to have to make it myself. So I make myself my tea cakes, and then of course, now listen, I make a dozen of tea cakes. I share like six of them with Miss Medina next door. She used to love when I baked. And then she not gonna know. Here she come with that old cafe con leche. Oh, I hear that. I smell it, Becky. I smell it. Well, come on, Mama. And I give her six. I have because I can't, I can't keep all the six up in there. I eat all of them. That's not good. So I give her six. I have six. When I used to make my German, I don't know. I make a good German chocolate cake. It's good, but it's not its best. But whatever I created is delicious, and I give her some of that pound cake. Miss Medina loves she used to love my pound cake. I'd make one for me because I make the small ones, the small pound, the little pound, the little pound, um, the pound cake pan. So it's a loaf pan. I have two, small one for me, and a big one for her. So she used to love because the girl she used to have it with her coffee. One time she actually came to the thing, came to the door early in the morning. She was so sweet. She had a little sauce of coffee and had a big old slice of pancake. She said, "This how I eat it. I eat it with my coffee." I said, "Well, bless you. Good for you, honey. Give me some of that old creamy coffee yours." Child, she used to make her cafe con leche with that pet milk, the condensed milk. Oh, it was so good. And I tried, but I can't make it like she does. Child.
Hmm.
Her cafe con leche was the best. She would make that pet milk. Some Now I also feel she used to put coconut milk in it too. It was just so good, really, really good. And then one time, because she was Puerto Rican, she made a that coquito. The coquito? No. What is the eggnog? Puerto Rican eggnog? Coquito? No, it's that.
Oh,
That's
I
the
don't know the
sauce.
name of it. I know you're talking about. I don't have the name though.
Yeah. She'd make that every Christmas Eve and give me a big old jug of it. So mm, luckily enough, I cooked before for everybody because I'm spending Christmas Day tipsy. It's so good. It's so good. I'm spending Christmas Day drunk,
That part, having a good time.
having a good time laughing and talking. Oh, child, I miss her though. That was my neighbor. Yeah, I really miss her. I don't miss many people in the Bronx. Well, actually, I miss a lot of folks, but I really miss her. She kept my cat for me. Y'all, when I first moved into my apartment in the Bronx, right off of Lafayette and Hunts Point, first time I was there, within 5 minutes, she literally had a piece of buttered bread and a cup of cafe con leche. Welcome, bienvenidos, welcome, hi. I said, who is this nosy ass lady? Hi, oh, hello. And then I looked at, I said, we gonna be friends. I knew it. Her and that old yappy dog. That dog got passed away a long time ago. Her little yappy dog. And this girl, he walked into my apartment. I had nothing in it, and then go sit and pop a squat in the pit kitchen corner. I said, she said, "Oh, it's good luck." No, it's not. He peed right there. But no, honey, that was my neighbor. So when I made my tea cakes, I made some for her, six for me, six for her. Made my pound cake, made a little bit for her. The only thing I made that she did not like, ironically enough. Now, Puerto Ricans love sweetbread. Now, sweetbread is a Mexican thing. We have a bunch of Mexican brothers. Coquito. That's coquito, isn't it? I love it. Now, um, I would try to make sweetbreads, but I guess I didn't make them right. And she would eat a little bit of it. Oh, I don't want no more. I don't want no more. Okay. I guess I had to make that right. So that she would, but sweet potato pie. Now you realize that lady had never had a sweet potato pie before in her life, ever. And I know in the Puerto Rican culture, they have a type of sweet potato pie that they have too. It is. They have a type of sweet potato pie. You're totally because you're from Belize. In y'all culture, do y'all have a type of sweet potato pie?
No. No, it's not really popular in Belize.
It's not
I
popular
mean,
there either.
yeah, they eat it. I mean, a lot of Belizeans eat it now, out here in America, but they don't in Belize. Yeah, no, it's not something like, oh, we make a sweet potato pie. What's popular is lemon meringue pie. Now that's very popular.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's delicious.
very,
Oh,
very popular.
what
Every
about key
family will
lime?
always make sure they have some lemon meringue pie for Christmas.
what about a key lime pie?
No, that one
No,
don't sound familiar. No.
no key lime pie. Oh, well, lemon meringue pie is
Oh no, what's
fine.
that thing called? That fruit thing, echinacea or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It's a fruit like custard, a fruit custard. It's like
Oh yes.
echinacea is what is it called?
Ambrosia.
Yeah,
Ambrosia
that.
is
Yeah.
it's made with whipped cream and all types of
Yes,
crazy
yes, that's
fruits.
popular too.
We love that. I love a good ambrosia. Let me tell you
Yeah,
something. I can eat a good ambrosia, and you know what? That will cure up
yeah.
that'll cure up my sweet tooth. A good ambrosia will cure my sweet tooth. I rather a good ambrosia. Ironically enough. Now listen, don't
My
shoot
auntie
me.
made it good, but some people when I try it, it just make my stomach cry. I don't know if they put too much of something in there. I don't know.
It could be too much cream, but also too, my now mind you, Aunt Sambo, she used to put peanuts, not peanuts, pecans and almonds in hers. I don't like no ambrosia with nuts in them, but you're supposed to. So I pick the nuts out and then I have them for later. Like you pick it out and you're crunching on the nuts later. Now, I had one aunt, this is a crazy aunt, ain't not crazy, but Aunt Sambo. She would put pecan pralines in her ambrosia. The best. And then she'd go about and put a little bit of spice brandy in it. The best ambrosia. You would fill up on ambrosia. You know those pecan pralines? Hey, JS, honey, those pecan pralines, it's so good. Y'all, if you want to impress somebody with your ambrosia skills, pit, because pecan pralines, no, no. Ambrosia's supposed to have a little nuts. It's supposed to. Don't shoot me. I'm just a messenger. But if you're going to add nuts, go ahead on and add pecan pralines. Y'all, I'm talking about pecan pralines. Last time I went over there to not Whole Foods, Trader Joe's over there by Culver City, I will take that Uber ride just to get 2 tins of pecan pralines. They have the real pecan pralines. They sell them by $5 for a big plastic thing. Girl, listen. By the time I get back, I get two because I'm gonna eat them all the way home. They're so good. They're so
And my
delicious.
dad, he loved pecan.
Pecan pralines are so good. They're
Mm.
so delicious. But that's what she would pit. And they all pecan pralines is caramelized butter, caramelized pecans in that caramelized sugar with butter, plenty of butter, vanilla extract, a little bit of salt. That's it. And it's so delicious. It's good for you. Lies. It tastes like it's good for you, but it's really I really enjoy it. But that was the first time I ever had pecan pralines and ambrosia. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I like it, but what is it? Here come in Sambo. That's pralines. Nigga, it's pralines. You don't like it? No, I'd say that. And why are you yelling at me? I didn't say that. I said not even such a word like that. I said what's in it. And then she said, where's pralines? I said, well, I'm gonna make mine this way all the time. It really is delicious. I ain't Sambo. I miss her. I love her to death. But see, y'all, in the ancestor world, she's the one who I send after. If let's say if I want a boy, because she was gay too, but she was bisexual. So she's one of the ancestors who I would send after a boy. Do you like beignet? Of course, baby, I'm from Baton Rouge. Of course I like beignet. Of course I do. We can make coconut beignets, potato beignets, beignets that got that potato stuffing in them. That sweet potato stuffing in them, delicious. I even know how to make beignets that have the cream in them. Now, mind you, mind you, listen. Tourists, they get the beignets that are empty. Now, the special beignets are not supposed to be empty. They're filled beignets. And mind you, the beignets, but they actually call something in French where you fill them up with good stings, delicious stings. Mind you, they're savory beignets. Savory beignets you can fill with boudin. Savory beignets you can fill with sausage. You can fill with like a dried savory gumbo. Yeah, they make beignets for that too. You fill them. And all you got to do, but you got to learn how to stuff them though. They're good. I know how to make the potato filled beignets. I know how to make the savory beignets. They're hard though. You got to have an assistant though because mm-mm, you have to know what you're doing too. But sweet potato filled beignets are absolutely delicious. But yeah, honey. The fil beignets, and then the regular. Because I don't know how to say the French word, but the fil beignets, um, and then the regular beignets that are really, really, really delicious. I'm hungry. I just ate. Greedy.
Right.
Greedy as hell. But no, honey, that's good eating. But honey, I'm Southern, so all we do is eat and talk shit and do conjure. Oh, child, eat, talk shit, and do conjure. That's the type of life we lead. Eat, talk shit, do conjure, and repeat. That's all we do, honey. It's just conjure people. But food for most Southern folks. Food for us is it literally is our love language. It's how we show we love each other. So a lot of time, hey, unveiled sense serenity. Hi, hi. Come to the stage, honey. How you doing? It's literally how you show you love each other by cooking. hmm What's going on, unveiled serenity? How you doing? Of course, I like beignets. I'm Southern. Well, I'm from Louisiana. Beignets are amazing for us, honey. Absolutely amazing. Oh, listen, honey. Unmute yourself if you're trying to talk.
Ha!
Hi, hi, sister, honey. Listen, it's that unveiled serenity.
It it is.
Hi.
Ha! I
Yeah.
have so
Oh,
many accounts.
oh. Hey, baby. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Just coming to join on StreamYard because
I
it's
thank you, honey.
synced up better than watching it on YouTube.
Ain't it? Okay, hold on.
It's
Now,
faster here.
is it faster? So is there a 5 minute lag or something?
There's a lag. So what happens if I'm in the chat? I'm
Yeah.
commenting on something that has already happened 10 seconds later, and then I just appear slow. So I just
Oh, okay, 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 okay. I didn't even know that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for telling me, honey, because I had no idea about that. So how are you doing, babe? What's going on?
I'm
Now,
good.
mind you, with your going forward, now you understand how that is. And also too, babe, I hope I hurt your feelings though. Because
Oh
it's
no,
so it's so
no, no.
it's so easy to get discouraged concerning conjure. But you one of them strong babies. You not gonna you ain't let nothing discourage you. But some sisters get discouraged, because they're trying out something they wanted so bad. But no, I've been discouraged too. Well, good, very good, very good. It didn't get discouraged. So I get discouraged about once a day.
No, I just see it as like I'm learning. It's a
hmm
lesson. They're working with me.
hmm
Um,
It's
and
good to
yeah,
set
I'm
the
going to
stage.
make mistakes. I don't want to make mistakes where I accidentally draw spirits. So this is just
hmm
a little bump. They taught me a lesson. I bought my candles and I'll try it again.
But I'm gonna tell you something else though. What you did can absolutely be used for another type of spell. When you want to draw ancestors into a work, into a candle work, you do exactly what you did. Let's say, for instance, you have a love spell you're doing, and it's gonna be for some, and you it's for another client or for yourself. But you need the assistance of ancestors. So mind you, you're gonna keep on ancestor altars itself will involve them in that work. But the fact that you adding a lot of your ashe, you see, that ancestor elevation, that energy is on their world. You see, when you add your human ashe, that polarizing process, you're drawing them in that candle, you draw them into you, or you draw them into your work. That ancestor elevation is drawn into their world. You draw them into your world. What you did absolutely can be part of academia, part of conjure is when you draw them into your work. When you draw the ones that want to, ancestors, they have carte blanche what the hell they want to do. But that's how when you're on ancestors altar, that's how you draw them into your work by putting your shade in that love work on their space. You draw them in because they're going to be attracted like a moth to a flame, one to the candle, but also two, your shade is their shade. Now that's when it's safe. You can draw them right into you or draw them into the work to make the work stronger. Because, honey, they can see things you can't see. Never forget that. That's one of the little happy accidents. Because now we have a whole academia that we've never talked about before that is quite true. A whole aspect of conjure, drawing ancestors into spirit work.
So, say if I was, because I bought a new candle to do things properly, but the candle that kept snuffing out, would it be possible then I could save it for when I'm doing work and light it in order to draw them in, or should I just toss it?
Just toss it because it had its own intention, and
Okay.
just let it go because it had a separate intention for it. A lot of times when ancestors spit candles out like that, we just let it be.
Okay.
Let's just leave it be, definitely. Now, what I love about that, yeah, because it's one of those happy mistakes. Because that is something we have not talked about how to draw ancestors into your work, but we do that naturally when we end up pitting spells and other types of work on our ancestor altar. Like our own spell jars, our own well-being jars, our mojo jars, even our love jars. We want to get inside the business because that manfolk is not acting right, or he's not acting fast enough. We get ancestors involved in it. But most of those herbs we polarize, and that's the reason why it works so well at ancestor altar, because it draws our energy. They're drawn to your mojo like a moth to a flame, because the energy inside of you, that spirit belongs to them. That's part of them, honey. That's the reason why when you light that ancestor elevation, you light up like a Christmas tree. Most people, not everybody, but most people do. You feel a lifting. Now, again, your name is not on that bay leaf under that candle. It's one of your ancestors. So why are you lighting up like a Christmas tree? Because they're lighting up like a Christmas tree, and therefore they're sharing that shade with you. Also, too, I always recommend an ancestor elevation for folks that say that they can't feel their ancestors anymore. I can't feel my ancestors. Well, light an elevation. You'll feel them then. You'll feel them then. Hmm. I love that spell. I really do. It's amazing. I've found ancestors that I didn't even know I had. I've also come across ancestors heartbreaking. I've also come across scenes in their lives that are extremely heartbreaking. I did. Scenes that are very, very heartbreaking. Um, Scenes of slavery, scenes of molestation. Now, did the ancestors share that with me? No, they didn't. I'm a psychic. I'm nosy. Like I could tap into y'all lives. I could tap into to y'all life. Also, too, everybody listening on YouTube, I'll put the links at the very, very bottom of this video. Y'all, I do readings. Of course I do. Y'all already know that. Most of y'all know that already from Nosy Ho. Y'all know I do readings everywhere, so just hit me up. Now, being a psychic, you tap into mojo. You tap into their lives. I've tapped into things that maybe I shouldn't have seen, but I shared the burden. There's an ancestor that went through that. Now, I can do that now without that candle. And I always ask them, like right now, share your burdens with me. Share it with me. What hurts you hurts me. I can make it better, though. I can make it better. Hmm. We have the power to do that, honey. We absolutely do. Always keep that in mind. Child, ain't that something? Well, thank you for being here with me. Where did Yento go? Where'd she go? Hi. Yento left. Hopefully she's still here. Probably take care of the babies. Now, she's like, "Sister, gotcha up here. Tap into people's lives. Is it that kind of scary or you used to it by now?" Oh no, honey, I do it. I do it as a pastime. Now, mind you, you're supposed to ask. But sometimes some people, like, for instance, I used to do this all the time when I would go get coffee from Burger King. And you never know when it happens. When you're a psychic and you have gifts, honey, I don't turn my gifts off. I don't know how to turn them off. There's one time I was in front of a lady and I knew her husband was beating on her. I wanted to tell her everything's going to be fine, but I'm a conjurer. I lifted my left hand and then my right, and both of them I flipped mojo into her life. The right hand, she turned around and she smiled at me. I knew that mojo took effect. Next time he hit her, it's going to be on him. Because one thing my male ancestors do not like is a man that thinks he can bogart a woman. I have male ancestors that literally take that is the highest accord of offense to them. And I never saw her again. But I knew for a fact when she walked out that door, I felt it. He hit you again. That's going to be his undoing. Never saw her again. So no, honey, I tap into folks all the time, but I don't. Um, Baby, I don't know how to control it. Nana and my grandmother and grandfather never taught me how to do that. I do use discretion. People at the Piggly Wiggly or at the supermarket, they don't want to hear that you hear a message from their grandmother. They don't even know you. But if it's something about that mortality, and one young lady, I felt that she was going to get into a car wreck, and I felt it was going to happen soon. And I went right behind her, and I said, "Look at here, you need to stop driving that damn car so fast, just like that, like an elder." I said, "You drive way too fast, little white gal." I says, "You drive way too fast." I said, "Your grandfather is literally trying to keep you on this earth." That child, we were in the potato chip aisle. She broke down crying. You would have thought she was crying like she cried so hard. And she says, "I know." And she says, "My grandfather just passed away." Child, this happened so long ago. I think the story goes, her grandfather just passed away. And he was always telling her to stop driving so fast. Always telling her. Ooh, there go that hummingbird right back again. Here it is. I think the hummingbird would be eating the gnats. But anyway, um, and sure enough, that was her granddaddy. Said stop driving too fast. I never saw her again, honey. But I'm hoping she stopped driving so damn fast because she was going to hurt herself seriously or get her own life out there. She was going to kill herself. I was at a football game. This was with Grady and them. Grady loved that football. We had a college football game. And a couple sitting in front of me. I remember, I just kept looking at that young girl. I kept looking at her. I couldn't take my eyes off of her. And I looked at her, and she just had a glow above her head, just a glow. Well, honey, she's pregnant. She's conceiving, just a baby that's there. And I said, "You're pregnant, aren't you?" At the past time, this is like we go into the profession, in what is called intercession, procession. I don't know what the hell that's called. Anyway, I waited as soon as her husband got up, and I tapped on the shoulder and said, "You're pregnant, aren't you?" I said, You're about to have a baby." She's another one. Eyes just got big and just big as saucers. She says, "We're trying so hard to conceive." I say, "You're pregnant." And she looks so happy. And then I do remember too, Greta looking at me, say, "I can't take your ass nowhere, can I?" But I felt it. She looked so happy. Now, mind you, she didn't tell her husband, but Grady had parked when we had left. I think she told her husband what I told her because they looked back at me. He waved at me with a big old smile on his face. See, just made a couple very happy. And I hope they had that baby though. I hope they did. But I felt it. Now, if I feel something, it's going to happen. As sure as I'm sitting here tying this box, it's going to happen. But I felt it. She was pregnant. Another young lady. This was in Houston, Texas. I forget. I think I was at Krispy Kreme. No, the Waffle House. Because Sharon had a Waffle House by where she stay at. Oh, hateful ass Waffle House. And I walked up in there. I've never liked Waffle House because it's too much shit go up in there. But I want to treat myself to a nice little breakfast, and I did too. And the lady behind the counter, she looked so miserable. But then I kept looking at her, and I I ordered some pancakes. I was going to eat there, but I knew the message I was going to give her. I knew that I didn't want to eat. I want to give it and dip. That's my style. I'll give a good message and then I'll dip. I said, and I knew it instantly. I said, "That job you applied for, you're about to get." I said, "You're not going to be here for very long." And she literally, her face just changed. She looked so miserable. Her face just changed. Till I got my food free. I sure did. Got it free. And I dipped. Because if you don't dip, it's 1,001 questions. Here they come. Asking tons of questions. That's a spirit reading. You're going to pay me some money. Now, I did your deuce. Now, where my money at? That's my money. But no, I'm like, you're not going to be here very long. You're going to get that job. I felt it. Her face lit right up. Sure did, honey. Lit right up. I hope she got that job too. Child, I got my little free food and I dipped. I told Sharon, my sister, and my sister just like, Grady, child, we can't go no, you can't go nowhere without being in somebody's business. And I told Sharon, I said, listen, wouldn't you want to hear good news like that? Well, what if she didn't want to hear? Who would not want to hear good news? She's a devil's advocate, the devil. Who would want to hear good news like that? That's my little sister, y'all. Everybody want to hear good news like that. Everybody. Right, right. Some people don't though. I remember going to this one man. He was behind me, and this happens all the time. Some men that walk this earth are so handsome, and they have, Sister Melissa, you know some of them. They have this sexy thing about them. He was close to me. Excuse me. I didn't even have to turn around. I did, and I looked straight in his face, and I said, you just what I expected before I turned around. Child, I got that number. I never called him back though. And he was just as handsome as I thought he was, as I felt he was. You know this is getting cooking coffee, y'all. I can feel when a man is confident, when they're handsome. I just felt this tingle all over my shoulders, and when it reached out my heart, I even felt it in my belly. And I said, "Oh, he good looking. I don't want to turn around. I want to turn around." But my nosy ass, I'm going to turn around because I'm nosy as hell. And I turn around, and child, he was just gorgeous. I said, "You're just as handsome as I thought you was." And yes, he went to the homosexual university, took a few classes. So so that means he was he was either I don't know his inclination, honey. I don't now he could be bisexual, trisexual, meanosexual, I don't know. But he accepted the compliment from me, from my fresh and fruity self. He accepted it with grace. But he was just as handsome as I thought he was. And I told him too. I remember one as recently, another little Mexican man. He was in the same Burger King I was getting me. I like to get they have the cheese melts, but I get mine with Impossible Whopper patties. The vegetable patties. It's so delicious. It's kind of expensive as hell though, but it's delicious. So I got one of those. I was waiting in line. A little Mexican man walked right behind me. He made his order of his food, and I kept looking at him. That's the key. When I keep looking at somebody, do I feel it instantly? No, I don't. But my spirit will keep me looking at him, keep me looking at him, keep me looking at him, and then it'll come through slowly but surely. And then I said, I don't think he spoke English really well, but he was also looking for work. And I said, you're going to find work, good money. And I put my fingers together like dinero, money, good money, good money. He said something in Spanish, but the lady behind the counter said spoke Spanish. That's my little friend. I made a little red petite for her. She bought a little red petite. She said something. She said he said thank you. He's been praying for a job. See, I said tell him he's going to get a really good job. And then he left, and he was really really happy. Usually you feel it. Little messages, just little messages. There's no telling how my ancestors are. Chair, girl, it's my ancestors and everybody business. That's because I do spirit readings for a living. I'm a jack of all trades. I do a lot of things for a living, honey. But spirit readings is part of my bread and butter. And that it is what it is. You cannot understand what they're gonna tell you. You don't ever know. I don't get no heads up. I don't think I want any heads up because I won't go to that Burger King. I'll go to the Starbucks. Do I want to walk into a situation? I'm getting no, I do not. I much would prefer, and I'm going to say this outright. They still gonna do it though. I would rather not. Who likes butting into other people's business? I don't. But when the messages happen, it is my responsibility to give them that message. It is. It's my responsibility to do that. I have no choice. I have to tell them, especially if it's to keep them on this earth and to keep them safe. I have to. Mhm. And I like to mind you know, some psychics out there, they say, well, what about free will and all this going on? Okay, that's fine. You do what you have your God, I have mine. But I bet you one thing, I've never met a psychic. If you know somebody's in harm's way, you're not gonna tell them. I don't know no psychic that wouldn't. I don't. I don't know one. Not now one. I've never met one because we all know no matter where we come from or what God we believe in, all of us are here to do beautiful work and we're here to keep people safe. Mm. And if there is one, I hope I never meet. I never know. Hope I never meet them, because that means there's something wrong with them, and I don't want to talk to them anyway. But absolutely, y'all. Right, Sister Melissa. Sister Melissa,
Right,
don't give me
right.
this mess.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Uh, yeah, yeah, absolutely. I feel most psychics would do the same thing. They would tell if something's going to happen to somebody. Of course they would. I don't know a psychic, and I know a lot of folks like myself. I don't know many people that would not tell. I know I would. That would be on my conscience. I couldn't have something like that on my conscience. I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to live with myself, especially if it happens right in front of you. And there's a legend concerning one of my great great elders. Now this is a elder of mine. This is going to be Aunt Jet's. I think this is one of her cousins. Honey, this happened in the 1940s, and a white man was right in front of her, and he was treating her all biggity and being all biggity and everything. And mind you, he had the look of death on him as far as what Aunt Jet told me. She told me this around about 10. He had the death around him. And she said her cousin was around about herself was a young girl. And you couldn't tell him nothing because he'd be biggity. He's racing it. You couldn't say nothing. And she said, sure enough, Angel said, sure enough, she said, my cousin walked outside. She said a car ran right over him. He walked across that street. That car hit him on his hip, flung him clean across. There was nothing that could be done. And I said, Aunt Jet, what did she see? She said, knowing my cousin, she probably saw the whole thing happen. She saw it. But how can you say something? You can't, because he's not going to listen anyway. And in those times, you could be putting yourself in dire danger. That's a white man, and we're in Jim Crow. You could be setting yourself up for all kinds of mess. So no.
Yep, they would have said she caused it.
Yeah. Ooh, that should see. There you go.
Yeah.
So in that instance, my great great cousin probably just saved her own life. But I always wondered, and I haven't thought about this in a long time. I wondered if it bothered her that she couldn't say nothing. I wondered if she bothered her. I wonder if it haunted her. 'Cause that man got killed right in front of them, and that was her mama. I know two of her brothers were there, and I think her great aunt was there, and an elder lady. One of my elder great cousins was there. They were all there. They saw it. They seen it right in front of them. I wonder if it haunted her. But what could she do? You can't say anything. That's the reason why, honey. Now, what would I would have did? Well, I'm biggity, but I'm also a boy, a man. I'ma tell him, look a here, sir. Your white cracker ass is about to get ran over flat like a pancake. I wouldn't say it like that. But look here, sir. Now I'm a seer and I see things, and we're spirit people. You need to be careful when you cross that street right now because the good Lord has left on my shoulders. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt, sir. I would have had to tell him. Now, mind you, he would have felt some kind of way, but because I'm a man, he may have taken it better. Still a black man, but I'm a man. He may have taken it a little bit better. He would have said a little thing, but I don't give a damn. Just say what the hell you want to say. But at least your ass gonna be alive, you hateful bastard. But you're gonna be alive. And then I'm gonna go ahead on and get that off my conscience. Because that's something I don't want to live with. I don't want to have that on my conscience. I would have had to say something. But she was clearly a child. And she was a black child, a female child. You're not gonna say anything in Jim Crow South. Because there's people we halfway scared of them. There's nothing to say.
See, I'm one of those people that I have to keep potentially myself in check because I could be one of those people who spiritual bypass.
Mm.
But if that were, I would be upset if I was the person who didn't deliver the message
Mm-hmm.
and see someone get injured.
I
But
would
then
too.
the other side of it would be it
Mm.
was either that person's time to go and it was
Mm-hmm.
an internal validation of what I saw was going to happen was correct.
That's, I believe, it's so funny you mentioned that. That's how
Yeah.
beautiful, it's so beautiful how you mentioned that because I believe that's how our great elder, the great elder that was with her, that's how she tried to explain it to that child. God spoke through to you. Now you know God speaks to you. Now you know God speaks around you and directly to you. So I guess she probably did try to make this into an affirming lesson. It's still gonna haunt you. No matter what, it's still gonna make you feel bad because that child saw that. But hopefully she got over it. Shit. But me myself, I'd have to say something. Because one thing I'm not gonna do, fuss. You can be a fuss about all the hell you want to, but I'm gonna deliver the message that God laid on my shoulders. Because one thing I'm not gonna do is be disobedient to the Heavenly Father. You're not gonna have me that, because God will protect me. You fuss all the hell you want to, Mister. Think you big and bad, but you're not bad. You're not worse than my God. My God is powerful, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, of all things. You think you're doing something, you're gonna get shipped right on to hell. But more than likely, a lot of times, because of the fact that, I happen to be male, the message would have been received a lot better. It probably would have, honey, definitely. Mm. There have been plenty of times I received messages for folks, not as dramatic as that. I've been in lines where I felt, one time I saw a young lady, I knew she was in love with a young man, and I knew she was about to be proposed to. That I can't say nothing. And I knew it was gonna happen in a few days. Where was I at? I think I was in Trader Joe's. This happened a long time when I first came to LA. And I just saw her. And I know she had been pining for him. And this is something she really wanted. I can't say nothing in that respect because it's meant to be a surprise. I can't do that. But I remember walking out of Trader Joe's smiling. I'm like, somebody gonna get married. And I'm like, ooh, that made my whole day beautiful. I remember having a beautiful day that whole day because back then I lived with Brandy. I told Brandy we had child that night we went out. No, not that night. The next night we went out and celebrated for her. We don't even know that lady. Girl, this is a child. Give Brandy any reason to go out and get drunk. We celebrated for her and for other things too. Because we landed a really big project back then. I remember that. Now I didn't see him getting on the knee. I just felt it. And I could feel her joy. And I knew exactly what that joy was about. I just knew it. And then when I knew it, when I knew what I was feeling, then I started to get a little bit of a vision, but not too much because I've never had we're not talking. I'm not really allowed to be in her energy like that, but I'm just nosy. So I knew what I was feeling, couldn't necessarily see it. Yeah. I hope it acted fine, honey. That was about 5 years ago. I hope it's fine. They probably married now and probably had their first baby. hmm Mm. Speaking of that, being in LA, I was at nothing but cakes. Brandy loved them old itty bitty little cakes because Brandy, she used to sniff that oxycontin pills. She'd crush them up and sniff because she had a huge opium problem. I weaned her off it. At least I tried to. I think I did a good job. I know I did a good job. Now, but she liked them cakes because she's a dope fiend. And so, listen, T, go get my cakes. And she would like the cakes and the detoxin drink that she would eat because that's all she could have. And then I'd make her shepherd's pie later. So I'm sitting in line with nothing but cakes right there in Sherman Oaks. I'm right behind this man. Oh my God, movie producer. I knew exactly what he did, but I also knew he was nasty. Oh, I just felt darkness. I wanted to beat his fucking ass right there. I knew all he did was take advantage of women folk. Y'all, you have never seen anger like that before. I wanted to just kick his ass. I've never talked to that man before. I wanted to hurt him very badly. So he gonna turn around and give me a smile. And y'all know I'm biggity. And I'm 6'1". I'm brick house, Amazonian deliciousness. I said, don't you say nothing to me. Just like that. And he looked at me, he gave me a look. And his eyes knew exactly what I saw. He had raped somebody, took what did not belong to him. I said it just like that. Don't you say nothing to me. Because he was going to say hello. Don't you say nothing to me. That man knew in my eyes, I know what you is, you motherfucker. I know what you are. I know what you did. I seen it. He walked out that door with his head low. I didn't turn around. Because if I would have turned around, I would have walked after him and I probably would have been on him like white on rice. I would have tried to kill him. Because all I'm thinking about is all the women in my family. I was raised by women, 17 of them. And then my granddaddies and my uncles, all of them. But the women are held special in our family because they're the most powerful aspect of our Conjure family. I'm just imagining this happening to any of them. I had to stop myself. And then, mind you, this is all happening within 5 minutes. I literally had to say, okay, chill out. You don't like jail. We're too cute for it. Okay? You're not too cute for jail. So let's see. I'm not trying to be Bubba's bitch. So let's see. No, I had to chill out because I would have walked up right by the cold cocktail, knocked all them cakes out of his fucking hand. I literally could not turn around. I felt it. I saw it. I literally saw it. This gift of mine is strange. It's beautiful. It's such a beautiful blessing. But if you don't know how to control it and use discernment and use what I call social acumen, it can get you into trouble because you know more than most people know. You're tapping a teeny tiny bit into people's lives. You really truly are. And it can get you into some situations that you should not be in. So I give along messages when I feel it's appropriate. A lot of times when I tap in, they don't know. They're not meant to know, and I don't say nothing. A lot of times I feel beautiful. Most of the time, there are a lot of people in this world that are living beautiful lives, and they mean well for each other. They mean well. That's one of the reasons why I refuse to believe, because I know that this world is full of really good, well-meaning people. Very rarely do I come across people like that motherfucker. I would say out of a year, I may come across 5 or 6. And that's hundreds, thousands of people. Most people are well-meaning and they're loving and they're caring and they want to be loved. I remember coming across one young man. He was so lonely. This was in a Starbucks. This was in New York, long time ago. Right off of 7th Avenue, 7 on the Grill, right off of 7th Avenue, right by Penn Station. There was a little Starbucks over there. They had just opened it. And I'm in the back of him, white boy. And I just wanted to cry. And I didn't know why. I just like, what the fuck? What's wrong with me? This is all a matter of minutes. Because they were taking time with the damn orders. There's a bunch of people up in there. And I had my shades on and tears just coming down my face. And I realized it was him who's standing closest to me. And I realized what I was feeling. This child was thinking about taking care of his life, taking his life. So I found which order was his, and I bought his coffee. And I said, here, just from a friend. So I don't know you, but I'm gonna buy your coffee this morning. And because I feel you need a friend. And he gave me a strange look. He said thank you. Just a strange look. Um, but I felt it's not the look he gave me, it's the energy inside of him that shifted. It's hope. Hope feels like a butterfly that has light on it. Little butterfly. And I felt it. And he walked away. And I hope he's still on this earth because somebody showed him that I care. Hope feels like a little butterfly. Now I felt big hope. Big hope feels like an eagle This felt like a little butterfly. It just appeared out of nowhere in his spirit. I felt it. Now he looked at me as if I was just the most strangest thing. What the hell? I don't care about the look. I'm still looking inside of you because I got to keep you on this fucking earth. That hope, I felt it. He took his coffee. He said, thank you. That's all I needed. Didn't really need that. You do what you got to do. Remember, this gift we have is a necessity. We're here to change people's lives in small ways. Sometimes in small ways, the biggest ways. It's a sense of kindness, a gesture of kindness unto itself can be the biggest things between death and life itself. Never underestimate a small act of kindness. Never do that. Because what you find inconsequential can mean the life for that person. Never underestimate sense of grace. Because it could mean life or death. I felt that before, but not like that though. That stands out. Maybe he was gonna take his life that day. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I felt it and I knew I had to do something. Mhm. He was cute too. And let me tell you something. I walked back to the office because I was designing back then the apparel industry. And I thought about him. I said, I'm gonna go and see if he work around here. If he went to homosexual university, because he could be my boyfriend. I could fix him. That's when I was in my fixing men folk stage. And I did at the back of my mind for about a week or so. I kept looking for him. Ooh, what did and I kept going back to the same Starbucks. I never saw him again. We can have a talk. And I could fix you. You'll never be depressed ever again. Give you this good pudding. It's delicious. I can make it better. Sure did. I look for him. Well, not like that, but yeah, a little bit. I did. I kind of look for him because he was gorgeous, gorgeous old white boy, absolutely gorgeous. And child, not hot girl. But see, it didn't hit me. I'm busy passing on the message. See, I'm thick like that. It didn't hit me in a moment because it wasn't appropriate for that. Let's making a love connection. It wasn't time for it. That hit me when I got back to the office. And then I'm like, the girl I did a Scooby Doo. That nigga was fine. I went straight to the same Starbucks the next day. We have a Starbucks that's under Penn Station. That I used to go to that one because the a Penn Station has two exits, two entrances and two exits. One is off across from Macy's, and then the other is across from Seventh Avenue. I used to go to the underpass, go to Starbucks there because it's right near the office. I'm not going to cross there not unless I'm going home. Girl, I took the one. I kept looking for him for about a week. Didn't see him again. Mm. You know what I know? Girl, he could have been husband number 5. My old depressed ass husband. See, how long y'all been together? Well, about 15 years. He just stays something wrong with it. He need Jesus. Honey, you depressed now? Look at him. He depressed now. I'm gonna give him some coochie poochie. Make him better later. Honey, you want some coochie poochie? Look at him smiling. See, I told you I know my nigga. Look at him. He's smiling, ain't he? Okay, I'm gonna give you some later. All right, go sit your little depressed ass down. Bye. Listen, but no. But honey, you get messages all the time, honey, definitely. As a psychic, you just get messages. A lot of times I don't say anything because they're pretty inconsequential. Now, am I dipping into everybody's life like constantly? No, honey. It doesn't. There's so many times I stand behind people or around people. I don't get anything. And I don't want to. I think I only get messages from folks that tap into their energy when they really need it. A lot of times I don't. It's nothing there. And I don't look for it either. I'm just an observer waiting for my food, usually in places of getting food. Um, no, it doesn't happen all the time. Not at all. Not at all. He was fine.
I'm still practicing my discernment when it comes to that because I'm a bit of an asshole. I always think everybody's a jerk. Or like, I don't really get like, oh, wow, that's a really great person that I should know. It's usually like, I need to, that person isn't who they're saying they are.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be avoided at all costs.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, I used to be the same way. I used to be the very same way. That tells me you need to do a lot more inner child work. Okay, that's when the gift, Daddy would call that the dark gift because you're just learning how to protect, you're learning how to protect your psychic senses. You're learning protection, how to protect your psychic space. That's actually quite natural. The world would seem very dark. And then as you get older, you tap more into it, the world will get lighter. And life, see, honey, I've been doing this for over 21 years and I've been psychic all of my life, but actively working for over 21 years. So my first 5 years of really, really tapping in, everybody was an asshole. Everybody. A lot of it was projection. So I had to really, really do a lot of inner child work. That's to me, that's uh what they call shadow work. Shadow work is just inner child work. I had to approach that monster that was still frightening me as a young child and had to approach him and say, boo, you can't scare me anymore. I'm an adult now. I'm grown. I'm a grown man. You can't hurt me no more. And the more and more work I did, the more I really started to see the world as it truly is. Everybody's looking for comfort. Everyone's looking for a friend. Everyone's looking for care. Everyone's looking to find somebody to care for them in that moment, for a second, for a lifetime, for a day. Everyone's looking for care. Everybody. No, not everybody. There's some true assholes out here. But most people are looking for care. Most of them. Absolutely. But my first 5 years, honey, just really, that was when I was with Calvin Klein, girl. I was freelancing for them. Everybody was an asshole. And I really wanted my gift to go away because I didn't feel comfortable feeling that about people. I really honestly didn't. And it kind of warped my way of seeing things. I remember spending a lot of time at home. I wasn't working corporate full time, I was working freelance. And I believe now that's why I chose freelance instead of corporate. I wanted to have the opportunity to go back and forth to Baton Rouge whenever I wanted to. I needed home. I didn't want to be in New York all that damn long time, tied to a job because everybody was an asshole. But going back home, doing healing with granddaddy, doing a few sessions, doing a lot of sweat lodging, doing a lot of sensory deprivation, really tapping into the darkness in myself. Everything just became it started to become I started to reach my psychic equilibrium. And then I began to realize, then I started to understand slowly but surely. I was getting a lot of smiles from people. Just smiles, like this morning. Just smiles and just grace, just gracious attitudes. And because I started to attract that to me. That's natural, honey. That's absolutely natural. Mhm. That's absolutely natural. When you tap into your psychic gifts, the first few years, everybody, the world is going to feel very dark. It's not. You're just protecting yourself. That's all that is. You just need to do a little bit more shadow work or inner child work. That's all you need to do. One day, you'll be able to separate the assholes from the good people, from everybody else. And I'm going to tell you something else, too, even about the assholes. You'll have a certain grace about them, and you'll begin to understand why they're assholes. That's when that gift becomes something else. It becomes something quite lovely because then you'll start to become, you're like, okay, now I know why you're a demon. Now I know why you're a demon, why you're such a knucklehead. Because maybe this is what you suffered through when you were a child, or you begin to feel that pain. Now, you won't always get visions of why. You just get an because it's different for everybody. Almost like an understanding, like, okay, I get it. I understand why that person, or it's like a grace you'll get. And then compassion kind of seeps through. But that compassion is your free will. You can choose to have compassion or you can choose to be indifferent. A lot of times I'm indifferent. A lot of times I'm compassionate. Depends. Hmm. Like there was one instance where I knew that I knew this guy peddled girls. I knew he was a sex. They're everywhere out here in Los Angeles, and I knew that he peddled flesh. I knew he trafficked young girls, and that rage comes up for a second, and then I'm like, "Do I call the authorities? What the hell do I do? And how am I going to explain it? I'm only in line with it." So now, being a conjurer, I can flick energy on him, flick mojo. He shifted. He felt that mojo. Now, the mojo I flick on him, whatever the hell he's going to do, if he needs to go to jail, that's what's going to happen to him. It's just conjuring. But I begin to understand almost instantly because he was sexually abused. This man was raped repeatedly in jail. Now, it's not an excuse, but it does help him rationalize what he does to women because the same thing happened to him. That was about a year and a half ago. It doesn't excuse it, but it does pits me in the sin of his mindset of why he's able to rationalize the horrible things that he does to young girls, to young women. Now, I've never saw him again, but I'm hoping and praying that little flick of my mojo send his ass straight to jail. And maybe that will teach him a lesson. What happened to you need not happen to anybody else. You shouldn't be doing that to people at all. But in those instances, I can't do anything. And in this state of mind, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do that because I'm tapping into someone else's life. Now, if I feel that he's about to kill somebody, then I'm going to either contact authorities, have a talk with him, or find some way to not let him know that I know something, but scare the fuck out of him. Get his, if he's in a car, get his driver's license. I'm going to find some way to report something. I'm going to report something to the police. This is what I saw. And the police people, listen, make up some shit. Listen, the trunk of his car was jostled. He got somebody back there. Have him stopped. Have them take you seriously. Mhm. Pretty much. Netta said, yes, I learned that after talking to some of the meanest people. They had the worst childhoods of horrible life experience in general. And then understand. Yep, not excuse it, just it provides a beautiful clarity. Also, too, that psychic gift of yours, especially if you have conjure. I know this is going to sound strange, but in a way, you become judge and jury because you become walking, talking karma. You develop conjure, you develop a sense of mojo around you. And if you're able to push mojo and push energy into people, push change into people, that's what spirit conjuring is. You will be the reason why they get better, the reason why the other aspect of their life will take a hold of it. Maybe it's karma, maybe it's redemption, but you'll be the cause and effect of that. I've seen that happen a number of times, definitely. That's just spirit conjuring, definitely. Mhm. I'm glad we had this discussion, honey, definitely. But does that make any sense, Melissa?
Yes, it absolutely does make sense. The other thing I've noticed is that um, it's again something I'm working on is I don't find myself in scenarios where like this is the wrong person or this person's in such and such a way.
Mm.
It happens more when I'm in the wrong environment
Mhm.
and that I shouldn't be in those scenarios. But I can't live my life. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Realistically, right now is the city that I'm surrounded with is that these people are around me. I can't always be in the settings that I think are better for me or that are
Mhm.
better for me. And I just trying to find a way where that's a new realization that
Mhm.
I notice this happens more when I'm in the wrong place.
Mhm. It definitely does. What I would always ask for you to do is, like my granddaddy always say the wrong, well, not the wrong place. He didn't say the wrong place. He says the wrong situation can be turned into the right situation depending on perception. Now, Daddy don't know the word perception, but he does know the word concerning change of mind, a shift of mind. Daddy likes to use the word of liquor, a mind liquor. I jail, but it's the liquor of your mind. The alchemy, what he means is mental or spiritual alchemy. A wrong situation is only wrong because you feel it is. You remember, you have the power to change any situation you want into exactly what it need to be. You have that power. Even the worst situation, you can change if you have the spiritual sovereignty, the spiritual know-how, and the right spiritual protection on you. You can change that situation into exactly what you need. That's the reason why we talk about using roots such as orris root, astragalus root, Solomon seal, um, angelica root. Of course, go about using master of the woods, master root. All these roots literally will give you sovereignty over any situation at any situation, and that's what hoodoo and conjure comes in. Especially, excuse me, especially mixed with sulfur, Solomon seal, and aconite. That good old aconite root, which is sorry, not foxglove. Aconite root is actually no, it's aconite. Aconite root is aconite. It's a beautiful root. It's poisonous, but the Chinese like to sell it as a boiled down version of it, and it still will protect your space like none other. I'm looking at some right. I'm actually sewing some right now into sacred documents. I'm going to use as a sachet for sachet concerning knowledge. But that sulfur and cedar wood and a little bit of beautiful obsidian. Yeah, good, beautiful, tried and true mojo to give you sovereignty in really rough situations. So we have that inner knowledge of oneself. But I'm always going to equip that with really, really good sound conjure and sound root work in order to make two and two make four. I'm never going to just count on my own personal spiritual sovereignty. You can, but it just makes things difficult. I'm going to have my backup, and it's going to be a two or three sachets on me. I always have my grigris. I always have my boucher, my crown, my snake crown. I'm always got something on me, four or five things on me to be exact, that are going to protect all of me, protect my mojo, protect who I am. That a way I can make those sound decisions in peace and with wonderful spiritual safety without having to wonder what's around that corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Hmm.
I'm learning lots.
Hmm. So the thing about it, do not just depend on you have, I feel it can be very, very difficult just depending on your spiritual sovereignty. There are tools and roots and herbs and stones. Stones mixed with herbs, not just stones themselves. Stones give you beautiful sovereignty. But I like to mix spirit stones with herbs. They go hand in hand, one from the earth. They are both from the earth itself. One is millions of years old, the other is young, filled with the sun. They both have an understanding of this beautiful spiritual world. Build yourself your sword and shield, so you can go about being in this world and feeling secure in this world. Definitely, wherever you are, that's a very big deal. Mhm. And that's my gift to you, honey. Definitely. Mm. No, honey, you don't have to go about building doing this on your own. Make sure you have your tools. That's the reason why everybody, and this is for folks listening now, but also too, because I got a big shipment to send out tomorrow. I create conjure gregories. The red, hold on, the red petite sacred. There we go. I create gregories, and I create conjure gregories just for this reason. In fact, I'm next time I get on Clubhouse, I'm gonna start begging for. I'm gonna start begging for testimonials. Child, I love collecting testimonials like marbles. I have so many. I have what I have to do is release the ones I have, but I'm begging for somebody. But I create conjure Gregory's definitely. Gregory's that can go about helping you get where you need to go. Here we go. I put the link inside of the chat. These are just things that help you get where you need to go. Hmm. Here we go. I put this inside the chat for y'all. Yeah. Yeah, I got a shipment going out tomorrow. There we go. No, but this conjure Gregory's definitely. They definitely help. Mhm. Roots help. They help you get where you need to go. Roots and stones, animal skins. This is what conjure is about. This is what spirit work is about. What root work is about. There's a reason why conjure is so important to us Southern folks that practice, because it absolutely can be the difference between life and death, and it has been for some time. Absolutely has been. So it is a thing. Very good, honey. So I hope that makes sense to you. No, it's 3:48 Pacific Standard Time. We've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes. I had so much fun. I am almost finished with my sachet, and now I got to get on Patreon. Oh, Patreon. I put that up here too. Shit, I put that up here too. I have a Patreon, Timeless Hoodoo, that has everything. Now, mind you, mostly everybody up in here is part of the Patreon already. But this is for people that come across this video. If you want a Patreon full of low country hoodoo that actually works, and look, even if you're just a provocateur of low country wisdom from Louisiana, and what just a provocateur of that type of wisdom, you don't even have to do nothing. If you're just a provocateur of that type of wisdom, you want to have it under your belt. Join me on my journey on Patreon, and I need to finish up a whole entire project right now, teaching folks how to teach brothers and sisters how to use that Rose of Jericho inside spell jars. The correct way to do it, adding a type of very special magic to your conjure, to your spirit jars. It is amazing what you can do with that little Rose of Jericho. She's extremely powerful, even dried. A lot of folks don't understand that the Rose of Jericho, even when she's in that dried state, she's still pretty damn powerful. That little thing, she knows what she's doing. She's absolutely powerful. Mhm. My mojo's done now. Put it right where I need to put it. Uh-oh, forgot something. There we go. Mhm. All right, everybody, listen. I am off to the races, back to work. But listen, y'all, I had a wonderful time talking to everybody. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And I am off back to the digital plantation in order to create. That's awful. I am. I love it though.
Theo.
That's awful. Listen, listen, I'm on Patreon working, but I love what I do. I really do. I love writing. I love the art of writing, but I also love writing about conjure. It makes me so happy. But I'm off there. Oh, it fell again. And I am gonna, because I gotta get that project finished by tonight. If I don't, the folks will come after me with picks and shovels. And listen, no, I'm gonna get it done. Absolutely. But I'm doing the graphics are beautiful. It's just a lot of work that goes into it. And I'm really, really proud of it. So yeah. mm, I love it though. I really love what I do. But it does take time to come up with a really, really good presentation. But child, I'm ready to get rid of this project. I want to write something. I want to start another project. And I can't until this one is done. So I gotta do it. Gotta stick with it and then get it done. But it's beautiful. The graphics are really pretty though. So y'all gonna really just it's really, really pretty. It's a lot of information. But listen, y'all be good. Take care of yourself. Thank you so very much for your time. I'm off to Patreon now. Yay! Hallelujah.
Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us.
You're welcome, honey. Listen, I don't sound excited, but I am. I really am. Be back. Me and my kids about to run for ice cream. Oh, we get to run for ice cream at 3 o'clock. Oh, honey, how beautiful. All right, y'all. Listen, be good. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Love you. I'm going off to Patreon to get everything done. Probably gonna listen to Nosy Ho while I do it. I have cheese and crackers. I want some cheese and crackers. I got a taste for cheese. You know those buttery, what you call them? Them buttery crackers. I'm a cheese and crackers and apple slices. I have a little good, but really wonderful snack while I work. I love it. But anyway, y'all, listen, be good. Love you. Talk to y'all later. I probably will be back on here again. I'm gonna try to do these twice a day, like I'm on Clubhouse twice a day. And also, too, I'm gonna learn. I can't be on Clubhouse and StreamYard at the same time. But when Clubhouse start acting up, I'm just gonna start coming over here. No shade to Clubhouse. I love Clubhouse. Most of my spirit family is over there. But I'm gonna try to get them over here. Also, to everybody, please like and subscribe. The video itself, like the video, subscribe, comment as you please, please. It raises the algorithm. Other people can find it. Because I'm just now learning how to use this thing. Thank you. Why the giggles though? Bye everybody. We continue to giggle. I'm happy and full of joy. I'm actually happy about those cheese and crackers. Just sad and greedy. Right? Just look at this look. Cheese and crackers.
If cheese and crackers bring you joy,
Right?
I'm
It's a
all
food
for
item.
it.
It's a food item. Just a one that makes me giggly. Oh, I'm such a foodie. You don't think about food, I just literally start just I light up. Food and love just makes me light up. Yeah. We're gonna stop there, y'all. Bye. Bye, y'all. Thank you again. Bye bye everybody, and I love you. Thanks again. Child food, baby. Yeah.